Olympics.
What about it?
It was controversial that
It's always controversial. Every
I don't
year,
necessarily watch it, but I just seen the clips.
every year, it's becoming more and more controversial because we're getting closer to the end of time, and they're not hiding their agenda anymore.
It was the Lord's Supper.
Yeah, they did a mock Lord's Supper, right? With transgenders. Yeah, see, they're not even hiding their agenda now. That's wicked for the opening of the Olympics. But the Olympics games to
Yep.
begin with was based on that idea
Yep.
of debauchery.
Yep.
So they're just coming out now.
Maccabees.
They're not hiding it.
And it don't even make sense. Like, oh, USA is against Russia. Let's put the bombs down. Let's do a 100-yard race.
Right. That
Okay.
don't make no sense.
Well-
There is world wars happening and people playing basketball at the same time.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense. This is a game.
And
It's a game. What's it called?
it's-
Olympic Games.
It's always been this way. It's always been that way. So if you supported them, or if you've been with them, or if you've engaged with it, that's what you were engaging with the whole time. It's just like you said, we getting close to the end, so the time is short. So they don't care anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you brought that up real quick. I want to show everyone a scripture because the elections are coming up. Now, you might have been a political type person prior to coming into the truth. You got to shut that down. It is not lawful for you to vote in the elections. Let me show you. Go into Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Exodus 23, verse 2. It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment." You cannot add your voice to anybody's political agenda to twist the judgments of the Most High. So I don't care if your candidate says they're for abortion or they're for this or for that. They need to be 100% for the commandments. And anything that they say or do that is against the commandments, it's not lawful for you to add your voice to their cause. Does that make sense? Okay.
What about the athletes, the swimmers, the this and the that? Are they then held responsible
For what part? What do you mean?
for
For
taking
participating in the Olympics and stuff like that? A lot of these people are ignorant. And ignorance really is bliss. Because if you're ignorant, you get that wink. During the times it is ignorance, the Most High winked at you. But once they learn the truth, they will be held accountable to do the right thing.
At this point, if they are not saved, if they're still asleep, unawake, that is the wink.
That's the wink. That they don't die in that state, that's the grace. Yeah.
Prophet, can we talk about the in Maccabees where how sports first started, please?
Yeah. Watch this.
The whole design of it was to distract.
Yep.
I just had a thing real quick. I was trying to honor my father because he told me to vote, but I had never voted in my life, and so now I'm glad you gave us this scripture because
Yeah,
I gotta
good.
honor my father, the Most High,
That's right.
right?
I have never voted in my life. The Most High prevented me from it. I just never wanted to do it.
Same.
And they tried to use the pain of my ancestors and slavery as a proponent to get me to vote, saying, well, now you can vote. And when I learned about the Electoral College, I was like, wait, I'm not a member of the Electoral College, so my vote don't mean anything. It's a mockery. And then I found out years later, the Most High didn't want me to vote anyway. So,
That's how I felt, but I didn't want to like wrestle against my physical father about it. So I was just trying to honor him. I was like, yeah, I'll vote for who you want me to vote for, but deep down, I really didn't want to vote. So I'm
right,
glad
good for
that.
you. Let me see real quick. We're going into 2 Maccabees chapter 4. This is at the time, 2 Maccabees chapter 4. Now, we spoke a little bit about this character yesterday. His name is Antiochus. Antiochus. I like to call him Antiochus, but view him as the Antichrist. He got anti in his name. Antiochus Epiphanes basically means Antichrist. His name means that. Okay, now watch this. He has conquered Jerusalem. He has destroyed the law. He's burnt the books. He's making these people not circumcise their children. He has established a one world religion. And this is what he also does. 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 12. Go ahead, somebody.
For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself.
Under the tower that used to be where we used to. They put a tower in there so they could watch what the Israelites were doing as they took over the temple and all that stuff. Go ahead.
And brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat.
Wait, what did he do? He made them wear a what?
Hat?
A hat. See, Israelites didn't wear hats. We wore meat trees. We had our head covered with something like this, a band. And when you're watching the videos or whatever, you'll see a lot of brothers that have their head wrapped, or a woman will have her hair wrapped or whatever. We wore that because it's going to prevent the sweat from dripping down into your eyes when you're working. It is a Greek custom to wear a hat. And the only people that were wearing a hat, they were wearing that to identify that they had submitted to Antiochus Epiphanes. Does that make sense? So sometimes, like in the streets, they would say that your rag is your flag, right? You hang your flag out of your pocket. It's the same way with your hat, because it's whatever you're repping is on your head, right? So they would look at the hat and be like, oh, he's with the Antichrist. That was a picture of it. But it says he made a place of exercise under the tower. That place of exercise was a Greek gymnasium. And now he's getting all the young men, the Israelites, to leave from worshiping to go and do this unlawful exercising in this gymnasium. Right? And they're all wearing a hat. Verse 13.
Now such was the height of Greek fashion.
What is the height of Greek fashion? Wearing a hat. Keep going.
An increase of heathenism manners.
Keep going.
Through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
See, Jason made himself out to be the high priest, but he was no high priest. He was working against us for the enemy. Now, read one more verse, verse 14.
That the priest had no courage to serve any more at the altar.
So all the Levites are like, man, ain't no reason for me to work here. I'm going to the gym. Go ahead.
But despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise. After the game of discus called them forth.
Okay, you know what discus is? That is an Olympic game where they take a disc and they hold it in their hand and they spin around and they see how far they can throw it. There it is, Olympics right there in the Bible. Is it lawful? Partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise after the game of discus called them forth. Glad you shared that. All right, any other? We got 5 minutes. We're going to go to the 1:30 mark. Some good stuff we covering in here.